Man's money. Okay, we'll talk about money. What do you really own today? What do we really own? What can we own resource-wise that cannot be taken away? If you own a bank account, you don't really own a bank account. It can be taken away by any time by the government. They can make up some tax lies, whatever. When you own land, it can be taken away. If they say you committed a crime, if they say you didn't pay your taxes, it can be taken away. All of these resources can be taken away from you. Your house, your cars. There's one thing they cannot take away from you. There's one precious resource that they cannot take away from you. If you have it, precious, just the most precious resource on this earth, they try their best to get you to take away from yourself. They can't take it away from you. But what they can do is infect your mind. The resource that makes you rich on this earth isn't dollars. Dollars only have values because we give it belief. We believe that they have value. They're just pieces of paper. That's all they are. Pieces of paper created by the central bank at will and at random. They have no value, only other than the value that we give them. So we could spend all our time working real hard, making resources, but money doesn't mean everything. It's a fakery. It's an illusion. It's only valuable if you believe it's valuable. There's no value in these pieces of paper called money. And in 1,000 years, what's that piece of paper going to be worth? That's right, gold. But there is one thing on earth, I'm going to just say it, the one thing on earth that is valuable, that you can keep, that will empower you and will keep you safe. The one thing that you can have, the one thing that you can own that will give you the real power, a strong family. A strong family is the source of all power in this world. Why do you think they work so hard to break families apart? Why do you think they work so hard to get you to not to have children? Why do you think they work so hard to get you to have an abortion, to wear condoms, to get a divorce, not get married in the first place? Why do they work so hard to promote feminism? You ever think about these things? Why do you think they work so hard to make the sexes abandon themselves, to make families abandon themselves? Because a strong family is the source of all power in this world. And if you look at the most powerful people in this world, there's no one powerful person. It's powerful families. The Rothschild families, the Trump family. There's no single person has any power in this world. It is the family. A strong family, a united family, is your power. The only wealth that exists in this world is your bloodline. That's why they do everything they can to get you to not have a strong family. They get you to move away from your family, get you to move out into the city so you can make these pieces of paper. They trick you into thinking that you can't have a family unless you have enough money. Because they want you to believe that you can't have children, you don't have enough money. Children and a strong family, and how you raise and teach these children, a strong family culture. That's the source of all power. They flip it upside down because a lot of people are dumb. They think they need money to have a family. They think they need money to have power. It's the opposite. When you're working, chasing the money, you're chasing something that isn't real. You're chasing something that doesn't exist. They love that you chase money. And they don't want you to chase a family. They want you to send them to school so that your kids could be educated to be slaved and be dumbed down and be good slaves for the system. They teach you sex education at 5 years old, and sex, and that's what they teach your children. The schools you send your children to, they send you about condoms and oral sex, but they don't teach you about family and building a strong family in this world. They don't like competition. A strong family is the source of all power in this world. If you don't have a strong family, you don't have nothing. You don't have jack shit. If you don't have a strong family, you don't have freedom. It's a mockery. You have to, in order to have freedom, you have to have a strong family. They want to take it away from you. And I'll say, I don't think you should get married with a government contract. Getting married when you sign a contract with the government as a witness, as a lawmaker, you give your wife all the power than you. You get down on your knee, you're symbolizing that you're giving her all your masculine power. Getting married through the state with a contract, you might as well cut your balls off. Put them in your wife's purse. That's what modern marriage is. I don't recommend it. How do you get married? You could do the same things that was done thousands of years ago, like our ancestors did. The more you think you need government license to get married, when you give them consent to run your life, you give them consent, they will run your life. You don't want them to run your life. They're not going to run your life that's beneficial to you. They're going to run it that's beneficial to them. This is really hard for people to understand. Marriage is a slavery contract, and a family is the source of all power. When you invite the government into your lives, you're giving all your power and control to your own life. I would suggest get married the way they got married 100 years ago. And you don't want to send your children to school. You want to raise your children. You want to create a family culture. To create a strong family, you got to create a strong family culture. How do you send other people to educate your children? How dumb can you be to send your children to public school, to be dumbed down and into a retarded slave? How stupid can you really be to let these people... We give power to these people. That's the problem. Stupidly and meekly, when we send our children to them to be educated by their books, in their way. When you send your kid away to be educated by others, do you really think they're going to educate children in a way that's beneficial to us, our family? If you think that, you're stupid, and that's why you are easily ruled and easily fooled. We cannot be stupid anymore. We have to take control. We've given away control of everything. I don't want to do it. You do it for me. Just promise you'll do it. What's best for me? I just want to go watch my pornos. You raise my children. And they're like, yeah, we promise. Meanwhile, we're all slaves now. The point of this is take control of your life. Take responsibility of your life. Take responsibility for raising your children. Send them to public schools to be fooled. And I'm not against marriage. I'm not against people getting married. I'm against the government contract. The government contract takes the control out of you, and the government is in that control. The government limits your power. In fact, it totally neuters your power. It takes your power away from you.